3 common accounting and finance mistakes business owners make. That and more today on Cash Flow. Hi, I'm Jason Waters, CEO of JW Financial Group, and welcome to Cash Flow, where we talk about your small business and what your number one goal is to create cash flow. One of the mistakes we see all the time from business owners is not knowing your numbers. What do I mean by not knowing your numbers? That means you don't know what number it takes for your business to be successful. I'll throw you some examples. If you own a restaurant, you have to know how many times you have to turn a table. You have to know what your average sales ticket price needs to be, what your food cost is. You have to know your numbers. If you're a physician, you have to know what number you're going to get reimbursed from an insurance company, so you know how much money you're going to make. So every business has their number. You want to know what your gross profit is, so that what percentage are you making based on a sale before you pay your operating expenses. That gets into accounting lingo, but your business, know what are your numbers by day, by hour, by employee, whatever that looks like for you. You have to know it, because if you don't know your number, you're not going to be successful. One of the other numbers that folks don't know are their expenses, and they just let them grow and grow and not pay attention to what's going on in their business. And you have to know from an operating expense standpoint, that is. That's why you see a lot of big companies that all of a sudden they start laying off folks or closing. Expense creep can happen anywhere. And so you have to constantly be looking at your expenses. Are they reasonable? Is there a return on investment for what I'm paying? And modify that as needed. Another mistake I see from small businesses, and this is not necessarily a common mistake, but a deadly mistake, is not taking care of your taxes. When I say taxes, I mean payroll tax, I mean sales tax, and I mean income tax. So any type of tax that you owe to any taxing authority anywhere is what I'm referring to. And the issue with getting in trouble with taxing authorities is they can put you out of business. Any one of them can. The state, your local municipality, the IRS. So why do people get in trouble? People get in trouble because they get behind on their cash flow. They need money, so they don't pay their taxes. They either don't pay. I've seen folks that haven't paid their payroll taxes. All of a sudden, they're out of business. I've seen IRS liens that get people in a lot of trouble. And my number one advice is to address those problems head on. Hire a good tax accountant. If you're at that point, hire a good tax attorney and deal with the problem. Most of us want to avoid problems. We don't like facing the ugly mess in front of us, but the longer you let that mess go, the more likely you are to be out of business. Get the right people involved. Make your plan of how you're going to either get out of trouble or stay out of trouble and grow your business. You owe that to yourself. You owe it to your employees. You owe it to your clients to do the right thing so we can keep making money together. One other common issue I see from business owners is not having a good collection process. And I don't mean referring to a collection agency. That's what a lot of people think. I mean just how are you getting paid for the work that you do? Are you billing timely and quickly? So when work's complete, I'll get the bill out because the clock is starting if you're billing on account. And then what are you doing when you're not getting paid? Do you have someone to make the call? Is it you as the business owner? Is it someone on your team? Someone has to make the call to get the money in when it's not coming in. And I don't mean that we're not showing grace to people. I don't mean that we're not working with our clients, but ultimately they're not a client if you don't get paid. It's charity. And so you got to get paid or you're not going to be in business very long yourself. One other piece of advice I have is about accounting. And this isn't about an accountant or hiring someone, but going along with the mistakes that we see are business owners that don't know accounting. You don't have to be an accountant. You don't have to be a business expert, but I literally have had people tell me, I just do that because the bank needs it, or I just do that because I file taxes. But if you were to take some time and say, what is in my income statement, what's on my balance sheet, and what does this mean for me, you can learn a lot about the profitability of your business. There are so many resources out there for you as the business owner to find what you need just to learn the basics of accounting and why and how it can help your business. So you don't need to be an accountant. You don't need to be an expert. You could spend a couple hours and it could really transform your business just by understanding what you're looking at. That's all we have today. Those are 3 common mistakes business owners can make You can reach me with any questions online at Jason Waters, #cashflow. Until next time.